Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. So I'm in a bit of a zen state today because your reading has kind of already played out for me in real life. I did this reading last night. This is genuinely how the cards came out. I didn't necessarily 100% understand it when I was doing the reading, and then it's just literally happened for me just like by the by as I went about my day. So basically the kind of overall narrative is this thing about having a walk in the woods, encountering some fairies, seeing some rainbows and some light, and it all being very nice. And this has just literally happened to me because um, I was meant to do your reading first thing this morning. I was going to drop my kids off at school and come home, but I've been dying to go out for a big long walk. My exercise type is like I can't do gym, I can't do like weights or anything like this. I can do yoga, I can do walking, sometimes a bit of swimming. So it's like that gentle exercise is what my body needs. And so after having COVID and things at the start of the year and having this long recovery from it where I've just been really weak, my muscles needed to be built back up again and things like this. Um, I've just been desperate to go out for a big long walk and kind of build up that stamina back again, and build the muscle back up. And the weather's been horrible. It's been really stormy. It's been really windy and blustery and wet and cold, and I've just not had the opportunity to do it. And so today the sky was blue and I checked the weather report and it was like there's a really low chance of rain until like a bit later on today. So it was like, if you're gonna go for a walk, go now. So on the kind of spur of the moment kind of thing, I went out for this big long walk, went to a park area that I really, really like. So this kind of area, right? And I was stood there and I thought I'm gonna do a little video just as a kind of little pick me up to share my experience with Twitter. And I filmed, I kind of panned around the woodland into direct sunlight, and I didn't realize until I got home and I looked at my video, but the video it started with this big rainbow on it at the start of the video, and then it's all these I've got another video with like these little fairy orbs on. It's like, I mean, I'm not going to say it's not fairies, but it's just a light effect, right? Because of the sun and the water and things like this. So it's kind of played out for me. I was like, there we go. That's Gemini's reading playing out for me in real life. Now I have got a Gemini moon, so I guess this reading is also for me. So if it's played out for me, I love how tarot works. I just love how it works. I love how it plays out like this. So if it's playing out for me with my Gemini moon, it could definitely be playing out for you. I'm also just seeing now, you've got the number 6, 2 here, and the number 6 and 2 here. So 6 and 2, 2, 6 could be relevant numbers for you somehow. Maybe somebody's 26, 62. Could be a number that applies to you in some way, shape or form. Okay, so like I say, it's played out for me. I feel amazing now. I feel incredible, like that regeneration energy, the regeneration of my muscles, the regeneration of my health, my mental health. It's all like when I go for these big walks, I think that adrenaline boost, right? Getting the blood pumping, being out in nature, connecting with nature. It's like listening to music as well. It is such a boost for me. So maybe this is something that somebody needs to do. Just move your body, right? Move your body. Go out for a walk in the woods. It could have this regenerating effect on you as well. If you are recovering from something, again with this regeneration card, now it could play out in many different ways for you. It could be physical health, like it was for me. It could be regenerating a relationship. It could be regenerating a situation. I want to say there's definitely something going on with earth. There's a lot of very earthy energy at the start of your reading. In fact, you even have this card here, which is earth, home, earth, and this card as well, which is breath. So it's like life and breath. And this is kind of what I was saying about my own physical health, how this has played out for me, like going out, walking, getting the blood pumping, using my lungs, getting into the trees where the air is fresh, it's recycling the carbon dioxide and oxygen. So, yeah, it could also be talking about the regeneration of an environment. Now, as I say, there's been really, really stormy weather over the past few days here, and this woodland that I go to walk in, I could see that some trees have been downed. Some of the trees have really been affected by it. It's still winter. We're not quite into the spring season yet where we start to see things budding. but you know, a lot of branches have been broken off the trees look very bare. The kind of waterlogged land and things had meant that the root system was a little bit unstable. So the woodland, the trees had definitely felt the impact of this storm that had come through. Now, again, anything that I'm talking about could be hypothetical for you. So it could be you've had some kind of storm in your life, some kind of I'm just getting this rolling through energy that's been coming through all the readings, like a storm that's rolled through and kind of impacted everybody. So it could be that there's hurt feelings, or you know, broken relationships, or some kind of destruction that's happened because of something that is this metaphorical storm that's rolled through for you. So I'm really getting these bare branches as well. Bare branches here. I'll just kind of show you all the cards. Bare branches here. Even this antelope here. If I can just pick this up, please. Can I get it? Can I get it? Even here with the antelope's horns, it's almost like this branch energy. And like, I was noticing it at this point, and then this card came out. It was like, yeah, there's something happening here. Now, again, this could talk about your own connectivity with nature, your own intuitive antennae, if you want to talk about it that way, or your crown chakra, because I always see my crown chakra or the life force energy being visually like a tree. Like the trunk runs up and down the trunk of my body, it branches out of my head, it branches out of the feet into the root system. So maybe you feel very unsettled, maybe you feel a little bit unbalanced by something, a little bit like maybe there's a lot of emotions where it's like your ground, your groundedness, your stability, your foundations have been really waterlogged, which has made you feel unstable. So water talks to me about emotional energy. But I think there is this energy about really taking a time out, to recover from whatever you've recovered from, because you have here time for a nap. This is definitely your energy. The foxes can symbolize your energy, or also Aquarius. So it's like maybe stop trying so hard, stop pushing. Take this time to rest, take this time for recovery. Again, with that kind of Four of Swords energy. So again, it's like with this Earth card, it's like eat well, nurture your body, make sure you're putting good things into your body. I'm going through a lettuce butty phase. Like, I can't stop eating salad butties, like lettuce, cucumber. Tomatoes a bit acidic and citrusy. Again, I had like what I think was food poisoning because I've just had such a run of bad health. So I've been eating a lot of easily digestible salad, like sandwiches, to kind of get that nutrients into my body, and like little fruit pots and things. So yeah, just take this time to rest, nurture yourself, nurture your body, recover. Take it really slow and steady, whatever this is for you. Slow and steady wins the race. You don't want to kind of rush this. Also believe in yourself as well, which is a nice message. I was thinking about squirrels a lot. I didn't see any when I was out for my walk, but I was thinking about squirrels and kind of what you know, if you have squirrels as a spirit guide or a totem, what does that represent? I guess it's like saving for a rainy day. But you know, maybe somebody has squirrels as a bit of a spirit guide, a bit of a symbol for them. But slow and steady, take it slowly, take it easy. Again, it could be something to do with your house, like maybe a storm has damaged your house, maybe you've had a bit of water in your house, and it's like you're rebuilding those foundations because you actually have lay a solid foundation, right? So whatever this is, whatever's regenerating for you, whether it's your physical health, your home, relationships in your life, like take it slow, like ease into it gently, nurture yourself, prioritize your health. Take it one step at a time. When you put those bricks down for the future, when you plant those seeds of the future, make sure you plant them properly, do it right, you know, because I think once you come out of this kind of recuperation phase, you do have this fast energy here. So you have the antelope spirit, life is speeding up. So it's almost like rapid growth. So it's like what was in a very similar way to how you go through the winter months and then spring happens, and very quickly you can go from that like bare bones energy to this more abundant energy. It's got this energy of like, while it's the winter months, while it's cold, it's like the time for hibernation. Again, like squirrels, right? Like this, or bears, like hibernating, like persevering through the winter months, persevering when life gets hard, persevering when you don't have a lot of money. Also, like earth and plants and things can symbolize money and abundance. you know, like if you have a lot of money, you have the money to have a lot of food on your table, a lot of healthy, nutritious food on your table. When you're very, very busy, or you're working too hard, or you are kind of scraping for money, sometimes you don't, your health reflects that because you're not eating as well. You're buying like cheap, quick food. So it's like when you're wealthy, you can eat better. So it's like that association with earth and wealth. You know, people say that if you want to manifest wealth, you put plants in certain corners of the room or certain spaces of the room. So this plant wealth energy is kind of coming through at the beginning of your reading. But whatever it is for you, right, it's like the ground is bare, this tree's having difficulty growing, but it's like when the sunlight comes in, again, like we've had this horrible stormy weather, this cloudy weather, and now it's like I can see the blue of the sky now. There are storm clouds rolling back in. It was a brief break, right? It was a brief break in the storm. It was like the eye of the storm, the window of the storm, right? But the sun has come through, and it is hitting the trees, and it is hitting the leaves, and it is causing this regeneration. It's like the sun is the energy that the plants needed. So the roots have actually, even though they've been like overly watered, it's like it's almost like that water's, I don't know, something to do with like the right conditions. You know, like how I think, like, does rice do this? There's some plants that like the perfect conditions is like when the earth floods and then the sun comes out, and then it's like that's the perfect condition for this plant to flourish. It's like whatever's going on in your life, it's the perfect, especially with this watery energy, which is like emotional energy, like over emotional energy. It's it could be overwhelming love as well. I've been getting a lot of love energy for you, which I'll go into in a second. It's like this overwhelming, it's like with all the water, right? This, it's just like the water pouring in, especially if you've been through something where perhaps tempers have been flaring, or there's been a lot of like wands or fire energy here with this page of wands. Fire energy can be impulsive or destructive or chaotic or aggressive. It's, you know, it can talk about like arguments and fiery tempers. It's not always bad. It's also creative energy. Again, it's like the fire is part of the creativity. What song did I listen to? It was Boom Boom Boom, Boom Boom Boom, which I know from the Sonic movie. My heart goes boom Boom Boom, walking away from you. But there was a line in it that really stood out, and it was something like, my pain is my, it's like my pain is my, I'm hearing catalyst, but that's not what the line is in the song. Like, my pain is my catalyst, my pain is my power, my pain is my battery pack. So it's almost like taking something that is very passionate and emotional, but it's actually the perfect fuel to yeah, with like life is speeding up, it's like the perfect fuel to, like, it's like a battery cell being put in. It's going to motivate you in the future. It's going to motivate you to move very rapidly with a lot of intention. It's almost like you've got the creative seeds, you've got the emotional oomph behind it, you've got the passion behind it, and then it's like all this emotion coming in is like with the sun energy as well. It's like the perfect conditions for something to grow. So miracles, I feel like there could be something very surprising. Again, it could be something very emotionally overwhelming for you, and it could be quite transformative. The butterflies symbolize transformation for me, and it's been coming through a little bit for Aries and Taurus. So again, these kind of like kind of community messages that come through all the readings. So this transformation energy, like, it just feels like over emotional, like, I can't believe this is happening, I'm gonna cry. You know, a bit like when people win the X Factor, it's like, I can't believe this is happening to me. That's one of the songs, isn't it? I can't believe it's happening to me. Some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this. I think, did Leona Lewis saw somebody sing that? I'm gonna make a note of that song actually. A moment like this. A moment like this. Some people wait a lifetime. It has that feeling to it. And again, with the right conditions, it's like you have to have the water, the emotions, and you have to have the sunlight to create the rainbow. So again, it was like the perfect conditions when I was out filming, because there was this rainbow on the lens with the way that the light was reflecting. in that environment. So I just got a message. I just saw, as I got the message, I saw 1444. So that is I think 1444 is a spirit number. You can, an angel number, I think they're called. So you can go and look that up. 444s maybe something that you keep on seeing. Also, interestingly enough, you've got lay a solid foundation. Fours are actually about your foundations, your stability. It's kind of, I always say it's like my tent posts card. It's like when you put those tent posts in firmly, then the tent's going to withstand the storm. So again, going back to that, lay the solid foundations is quite important for you. So it's like going out, like I was in today. It's like I was this, I didn't know who you were in this reading, but apparently I'm the wizard. Are you a wizard, Harry? But there is this wizard character in this reading, and it's like he's going out, he's spending some time in this, it's like, I can't believe this is happening to me, and it's go with the flow. It's like, it may be very surprising, but go with it. You're being led somewhere, so go with the flow, go with the emotional flow, go where life is taking you. Especially when things start to speed up, you may feel a bit kind of overwhelmed, which is why it's important to lay the solid foundations now, I want to say. So it's like this, the way it was coming through, it was because you've got the Four of Earth here, so it's like a sudden blockage, a sudden, almost like gatepost or gatekeeper energy. Like I'm hearing like, who goes there, and it's like running into this again. I don't know who you are, if you're the wizard or the fairy in this reading. You could be both. Look at this gorgeous card as well underneath. Like, look at that card again. It's like meeting, it's like going out and meeting this energy in the woods, this like white wolf, like almost like guardian of the family, alpha energy, like almost like this spirit, like very, it's like like, I don't like to use the word lightly, but it's the best word I have to describe it. It's kind of like shaman, like earth magic energy. Again, you've got a huge amount of earth, all this earth in your reading, and then kind of like the beaver and the antelope as well, these kind of earth animals. So, and the fox as well. It's like being out in the woods, right, and encountering this guardian spirit who's like, who goes there, who enters my forest, it does come through this kind of like gatekeeper kind of energy. And I want to say it's not that this is a bad person, but he has some kind of protective energy to him, whoever this is, who goes there. So, and then it's like, again, I don't know if you're this kind of like wizard who goes there energy, or if you're more of this kind of playful kind of fairy spirit energy, because it's like there's an encounter happening. So I show you like the youth here, like childlike, so it could be your own child or something like that, or encountering a child, maybe like encountering a child in your garden. Like, why is this child in my garden? Why are these children even, because there's multiple little, can you see like the little orbs? It's like the little orbs are telling me there's multiple fairies or multiple children here in this situation. So it's like, why are these children in my garden? Why are these children in my woods, kind of thing. So encountering this kind of like younger energy, very playful. The fairies are very, very playful to me. And then you've got patience here as well. It's like having a lot of, again, don't worry if you're he, she, or they. Like this also is sort of feeling like the same energy. So it could be an earth sign around you, because it feels very earthy. It feels like Taurus, very like, this is kind of very Capricorn energy, Queen of Pentacles energy. This feels more like King of Pentacles energy. It's like having that earth sign like calm, that earth sign patience, that earth sign tolerance for the situation. And it could even be something like a scenario that would be like, maybe somebody who is old. I'm kind of getting the scenario of like an old man who is perhaps roaming around the forest because it's very peaceful for him. He feels that connection to spirit there. And maybe there's a certain area that he goes to that's, it's normally just him. He's normally completely on his own in this area. Maybe he's suffered losses in his life. He's lost friends, he's lost family. And he's doing that kind of hermit mode, soul searching. It's like, this is his place where he finds that connection to spirit, that empowerment. And then it's like suddenly going to this area, perhaps it is like a waterfall or a pond or a pool or something, like going to this sacred space. and finding children playing there and being like, why are you here? Where did you come from? Kind of thing. But that kind of energy of when, sometimes when older people, you see like in the park or something, especially like grandparents with the grandchildren, when, it's like that older person is watching the children playing, and the children are so free and they're having so much fun, and they're so open and honest, and it's like carefree and just very free and funny, and it's very healing again with the regeneration energy. It's like very healing for the older people to see the youth, the children playing and having fun and being free, free from perhaps the pain of the physical body, perhaps free, being able to use those young bodies in a way that's, athletic and playful and spontaneous and like fearless, where, perhaps this person's feeling their age a little bit. So it could be something like that playing out. Perhaps this is like your own parent and your own children. But it's coming through, again, it's definitely coming through with this. There's some sort of trade being made here, because it's coming through with this guardian energy or this teacher energy, because you have here like encouragement, which is like an older giraffe and a younger giraffe. There could be an Aquarius involved. Giraffes mean Aquarius to me, just with it being quite an unusual animal. Aquarius is quite a quirky sign. So it could definitely be, the encouragement, the older person encouraging the younger people. It could be something to do with education. I can't believe how many fairies you've got in this reading, just to kind of say. The fairy cards over here I've kind of pulled out on purpose because you had so many fairies here. It's not all fairies in these cards. It just seems to be that you've got all this earth magic and fairy energy. So here, even there's this fairy jumping out of the book with this education card. So it's like there is a trade being made here. There is this older sage-like character who is, I want to say, offering encouragement, offering education. It could be that a grandparent is paying for school books or school uniform, or, actually saying, look, I'm going to fund the education of your children. I'm going to pay for your children to go to university here. It could be that you are a student. The page is a student energy. You are a student and you've got some kind of patron who's like, look, I'm going to pay for you to do this course. And I want to say there's this kind of like, what's in it for you energy? What's in it for you? I want to say that there is a trade being made here. There is something being offered. You can see here, again, it's like, I need a gift before you can pass through. It's like, what can you give me if you want to pass through my forest? And she is offering something here. And again, it's this little tiny like moth or butterfly energy that we saw on this card. It's like, it's almost like she's offering up a part of herself, a part of her own energy, a part of her own spirit, which is playing out at the end of the reading here. Before I get to that, I just kind of want to, I'm going to jump because I want to, again, go with the flow. So I went to the fairy deck. I was like, okay, what's going on? What's being offered by the fairies here? What is this gift that the fairies are offering? And I want to say it could just be one person, but I'm kind of getting, again, with like the multiple orbs and the multiple butterflies here, I'm kind of getting it's like, again, there's like 3 fairies on this card here, on this Field of Dreams card. It's like there's multiple fairies offering these qualities, and what's being offered, it's not something tangible. It's not, again, it's like this diaphanous butterfly. It's not something that's a skill. It's not something that's, I mean, it could be arguably a skill, a life skill, but it's not something that's practical. It's not money. It's not like necessarily work. It's a feeling. It's what's being offered is a feeling, which I want to say is actually very, very beneficial to this wizard character, because what the fairies are coming in with is such beautiful energy. It really is like, it makes me want to cry. It's so high vibrational. Hope, again with the rainbow, you see, with this rainbow here. Hope perhaps. Hope that God exists, hope that there's life after death, hope that things will get better, that you can survive storms, right? Hopes that it is possible to regenerate when a storm has rolled through, and to have this kind of abundance. You can't, It's beautiful. Hope is always there, even if we can't see it. Optimistic expectations can help change a negative situation into a positive one. So I'm really, again, on my walk, I meditate while I'm walking as well. And I was really getting this energy of, there could be another storm rolling in. As I say, it's kind of, I can't see the blue sky right now. As I look out the window, the blue sky's gone. There is another storm rolling in, quite literally. But this could talk about stormy situations in your life. So it's like when the storms roll in, when those dark moments happen, when things get difficult for you, when you're tired, when you're ill, it is possible to regenerate because you've done it before and other people have done it before. There is hope, okay? And hope is so important. It's what was left in Pandora's box, right? That hope is incredibly important to have. And without hope, you know, with that kind of 9 of Wands energy, without hope, you get the 9 of Wands in reverse, which is giving up. You know, having hope allows us to persevere and get through the storm, you know, allow those storm clouds to clear and see the light of the day again, to see the abundance come in again, to recover, to heal, to have good days again, to have happy memories again, to create new happy memories when perhaps things have been taken from us. So there is hope. And the wonderful thing about this card is it's almost word for word exactly what my daughter wrote when COVID first became a thing, when lockdown first happened. In the local area, children were drawing pictures of rainbows and putting them up in the windows. And my daughter did one and she wrote on it, hope is always there, even when we can't see it. I think it was vice versa. I think she said, even when you can't see it, hope is always there. So again, it's like, it really reminds me of that moment. And again, the children putting up those rainbows in the window and saying, there's hope, you know, we are the future, you know, we can have brighter days. We are going to survive this. We're going to survive this together. Okay, maybe we can't play in the park together right now. Maybe I can't come around to your house, but we can talk on Zoom. You know, it's having it's going into a situation that you know is going to be difficult and seeing the finish line and seeing the light at the end of the tunnel and persevering in having that. So it's just incredibly beautiful energy. And not only do you have hope, you also have light. Like, look at her with the rainbows again. Just like, can you see this? She's got like rainbows coming out of her hand. It's so glorious. Again, with the crown chakra all lit up with this kind of like antler or branch energy. The fairy queen of light comes to shed love and light into your current situation and to remind you that light can penetrate the darkness. It's so beautiful. It's like the gift that this child, this fairy is offering is, I mean, look at the pose. Look how similar they are. It's the greatest gift of all. It's more than money, right? Hope and light and life is invaluable. You can't put a price on that. So you've also got this life energy here. So again, hope, light, life. Like it's so beautiful. And I don't think I've ever seen this card before as well. I have to say it was kind of stuck. It was actually stuck to the back of one of the other cards. And I don't think I've ever seen it. I think it's always been hidden from me. I don't recall seeing this image. But it's so glorious. It's so beautiful. Like, look at, like, she's just radiating light. It's so gorgeous. So the happy fairy of sunshine brings up lots of life-giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed, again with regeneration, like healing it. And look at this gorgeous, just look at the pose, like the straight on, right? So these two cards came out, this was kind of like the underlying, but these two cards that came out, like it's like heading, like facing the storm and going into it straight on, without fear, because you have faith, you have light, you have hope, and it's acting as a guiding light and a healing energy and a source of inspiration. I like that. Look at them. It's gorgeous. They're not all like this. You have the cards like temptation and stuff as well. Inspiration, shine from within. Like it's just this energy of hope and light, inspiration, beauty, strength in such a feminine, gorgeous way as well. It's like they're all around you. They're completely surrounding you. They're everywhere. They're here. And you just need to know how to see them, right? You just need to know how to see them. I think Aries had something about fairies as well, and it was like, it's not a case of seeing it to believe it. You have to believe it to see it. And this is believing in it, right? This is both. This is seeing it and believing in it. And again, I did this reading last night, and it didn't have it had an impact when I understood the message that was coming through. I was like, this reading is so beautiful, so beautiful. And then I went out like on a whim this morning, and it actually played out for me again. Maybe I can try and fix those videos onto the end of this video. If I can, I will. They're shot in different frames though, so I don't know how that's going to play out. But you see the rainbow, and you see these orbs of light. And I want to say, not only did I feel very connected to spirit in that moment, to nature, to Gaia energy, to the earth goddess energy, but to the sun and to the light and to that life energy of, that feeling of like, even when I get old, or even when I pass away, even when I rot and become mulch for the trees, I'm, I will live on as part of nature, as part of this miracle of life. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. So yeah, there's a wonderful gift here. There's a wonderful trade being made between this elder energy and this youthful, childlike energy, where it's a gift of hope and an inspiration and life and light. And because he's offering this as well. I don't know whether he's receiving it or he's offering it. He's got this light in his hand, so it's wonderful. So, and this is the education, and this played out for me a little bit yesterday as well with my dad. He's very critical, so he came around to the house, and like 95% of what he said was judging me or criticizing me. It's just the way he is. So he was saying that the living room was a mess, and I was like, well, I didn't know you were coming around, and I don't actually use this room anyway. I'm always up in my tower recording videos. So I was like, if you come up to my bedroom, which is like my office, like, you're gonna see this is the tidy room, because it's my room. I tidy it. It's nice and clean. Like if the kids are messing up downstairs, that's their room, they can tidy up. So but of course he's very old-fashioned. It's like, but you're the woman, you should be tidying up. And then he's saying, oh, does that earn you money? Like, doing the tarot readings and things like this, like, oh, that earns you money, does it? And afterwards, after he'd gone, I was like, well, that's not the point. That's not why I'm doing it. I'm not doing this to earn money. I'm doing this to bring light and life and hope and encouragement and joy to the world. I do these readings because I hope that these readings help you as much as other people's readings have helped me and been that guiding light energy to me. I'm seeing 3232, so 32 could be a significant number for you. And after he'd left, I thought, I wish I'd said to him, like, what I'm doing is more valuable because I'm being paid in good karma. I'm being paid in good karma, and I can take that to the next life with me. I can take that to the afterlife. Dad, you can't take your money with you to the afterlife, right? So for me, this is a spiritual pursuit that is worth more than money, and that's kind of in this reading too. So because that matters more, because you could have all the money in the world and you could be disconnected and sad and and not have that light of the soul inside you. But you can live in poverty, and this is kind of a trope of religion, but I don't follow any prescribed religion. But you can be a beggar, you can be at rock bottom, and have that connection to spirit inside you, have that light inside you, and know that you're okay. So yeah, there's something like that in here as well. It's funny how I pulled the cards and then it played out. So I don't know what the field of dreams is. I want to say keep dreaming, and I want to say as well here with this this card, now the 5 of air can talk about some kind of mental conflict. It could be a mental conflict within you, being drawn in different directions. It could say that you're engaging with people who are very opinionated, perhaps like my dad, a bit critical, who disapprove of what you're doing and your life choices. But I want to say it's like you're rising above, you're going higher, you're more spiritual. And there's also something happening where it's like she's dangling something here. She's dangling something. And I want to say it's coming down with this kind of like fairy dust energy. Do you see how I'm seeing it? It's like she's this angel, spirit guides, you know, something divine is sprinkling down this kind of fairy dust energy onto these little fairies down below, and saying it's okay to dream, it's okay to manifest through dreams. It's like, keep dreaming, don't let your dreams be memed, you know. I want to say, though, there is something about putting work in behind it with the education card. It's like, then it gets grounded. So I don't know if there's an education coming through from this fairy angel spirit that's saying, you know, what really is important, what really matters, you know, or if there's something going on here where it's like the fairy is getting an education, perhaps, you know, perhaps, you know, it's expensive to go to university. I've done a degree, but, you know, to go and do a master's, that is going to be a lot of money for me. It's the reason why I didn't do the teacher training. Because I would have had to give up work, I wouldn't have had an income, and I would have had to take it out a student loan. And it's, when you've got kids of your own, that's a lot of money. So well, one of the reasons, there were a couple of different reasons, but, you know, it is a factor. If you're from a poorer background, I was very lucky. I was incredibly lucky. I got a student grant, so I don't have a student loan. My university tuition was paid for. The year that I got it was the year that the government cut it, and luckily my university negotiated a deal to say anyone who's already, you know, signed up for the course can have the grants. So I was really, really lucky that I got those grants and I was able to finish my course in that way. So incredibly lucky, right? I am so grateful. I realize how lucky I am to have that, when, you know, a lot of people, you know, who want to better themselves, who want to make the most out of their lives, who want to get into jobs and careers that not only mean something to them and have an emotional resonance, you know, perhaps wanting to be a teacher or wanting to be a doctor, you know, perhaps there's a lot of emotion behind that wish or need, but when you are from a more humble background, the thought of running up 60 grand of student loans is inconceivable. That's like half the value of my house. You know, it's you know, how many years would I have to work to pay that back? So there's something here with that as well. And, you know, and tutorage or patronage or grants or education, there's something like that coming through there as well, like making your dreams real. Like, some people have money, and perhaps don't have children, so it's maybe they want to give back to the world. There could be something like that going on here as well. That hasn't played out for me, but you never know. My phone is making so much noise back there, I'm sorry. So the reading ends with this card here. Journey. It's time to prepare for a journey. It may be impromptu or planned. Oh my God, I just realized that that's what happened. I went for a walk and it was impromptu, right? It was like spur of the moment. Oh, the sky's blue, I'm going to go for a walk. Either way, make sure you're ready when the time comes. Pack your passport now. So do make sure you've got your ticket, money, passport, your vaccinations, all that business. I need to go and get my booster shot now that I've finally recovered from COVID. I'm gonna go and fill myself up with it again. So yeah, get things in order. Like, what would happen if you had to travel suddenly? Would you have everything you need? How long would it take you to pack? So just be prepared that a journey may be coming up for you, again with that life is speeding up card. Okay, so I think I'm done. Really, really interesting energy. Again, in the quiet times, in the winter times, whatever that means for you, do the self-care, look after yourself, get plenty of sleep, eat healthy foods, prepare yourself. You know, even if it's like doing yoga in your own house. I do yoga at the foot of the bed, and it's not, I don't have quite enough space. Sometimes she gets you to do things. I do yoga with Adrian. Sometimes she gets you to do things, and I have to kind of like negotiate the space so that I can stretch out in the way that she wants me to. But even if you have just a short, like 2 meter by, it's not even a meter, it's like 2 meters by 80-90 centimeters I've got here, this space, you can do that. You can exercise, and you can do gentle exercise as well if you need to rebuild that strength. But you don't rebuild, and this is what I've learned as well, you don't rebuild that strength and that muscle if you don't use it. If you don't use it, you lose it. So if you're not exercising, do something. Again, yoga with Adrian, go and check it out. She does some very gentle exercises as well. She's beautiful and like spiritually encouraging as well. Gorgeous, gorgeous energy. So Gems, I want to say that you are the fairy in this reading, but switch it and reverse it if needs be. You are, and it doesn't matter your age as well. You don't have to be a child. You don't have to be a student. It's like that butterfly energy, that kind of mercurial, fun-loving, changeable energy that's very childlike, that is innate to Gemini energy, is inspiring to other people. It is bringing light and hope and encouragement to other people. It's like they see you laughing, they see you having fun, and they laugh along. So whatever you're doing to bring that light to the world. Again, my video footage, I put it up on Twitter, and you know, if even if one person looks at that and smiles, even if one person looks at that and has you know, their heart lifts slightly, then I've put light and love out into the world. So do more of it, sprinkle that magical mercurial love and light Gemini energy around. So that's your cards. I've got a couple of intuitive messages that I'm going to run through. I got something about we three kings as well. I don't know. Maybe some of your children are doing a very, very late nativity. Maybe the nativity got delayed, so now they're doing the we three kings kind of thing, like bringing the gifts. You know, they kind of got something like that coming through. Something about your workflow with flow here. There could be something about your workflow, like work is going to get very busy for somebody. Some of you could be doing live action role play. I was kind of getting who goes there and LARPing. I was getting something about some of you could be very excited for something. I was picking up on intuitively this kind of, before I pulled cards, this kind of anticipation, excitement energy. A bit like, you know, say you were like looking at your phone or like all crowded around the TV, and it was going to be like, you know, the premiere episode of you know, a series that you're really excited for, and you don't want to miss a thing, but like suddenly needing the bathroom, right? When you get excited, you kind of like need the bathroom. So it's like, I'm gonna have to run to the bathroom, but I don't want to miss anything. It's that kind of energy of like, I don't want to miss anything, but I need a pee. Kind of excitement, anticipation energy. A little bit nervous as well. Some of you have got like candlelit dinner. There's a lot of like love energy, a lot of like this kind of, again, Queen of Pentacles, nurturing love energy of like wanting to make things nice for other people. So again, it could be like making a nice dinner for your children, really doing a couple of extra touches on it to kind of make them smile. I kind of think of like making pancakes and making a smiley face with the banana and the, you know, the fruit. Or like cutting out the toast and like, or, you know, when people make sandwiches and they kind of like do a little smiley face on the sandwiches. It's got that kind of energy, like putting a personal touch on it that you know is going to make somebody smile. So again, like candlelit dinner as well could be coming through. Something about food, definitely something coming through with food for you. Again, with this kind of like, again, it's like nurturing food though. It's like nourishment food. Some of you could be a bit of a foodie. Yeah, you could be feeling very romantic at this time, or just being in your feels. It's like wanting to love the people around you, or wanting to bring more love into the world. It's a very nice energy. And what else do I have? As I was preparing to do your reading, and again, I've been walking and listening to a lot of different songs this morning, and I had Bad Habits by Ed Sheeran stuck in my head. My bad habits lead to late nights, eating alone, or something like that. Staring at the phone. I can't remember the song exactly. My bad habits lead to you. So maybe somebody has some bad habits that they're trying to shake, that they're recovering from. But yeah, I listened to so many songs this morning, and of all the songs that could have got stuck in my head, I hadn't listened to that song. So where it came from, I have no idea. Definitely channeled. And then I got Don't Talk, Just Kiss, which I can think came through in somebody else's reading, but again, I can't remember who it was and I didn't look it up. Don't talk, just kiss, let your tongue move around. The song that randomized for you specifically when I asked for one on Spotify was Arcadia by Lana Del Rey. I stand straight. I love it. It's so fitting. I stand straight like an angel with a halo. I stand straight like an angel with a halo. It's so gorgeous. Like, you're gorgeous, Gemini. Gemini energy recently has been just beautiful. It's beautiful, beautiful energy. You had a bit of that shifty fox, which I didn't trust, but apart, like, generally, like your energy's, and I can see this as well. I can see this in like people, like Gemini friends, like someone in particular as well, who has that kind of that big loving heart energy, and when they post on social media, it's like the posts have all this love attached to them. It's like all their communication comes from this like core of like love and light, and it's beautiful, and like a lot of family stuff as well, and it's really inspiring. It's really touching. And I want to say, Geminis, if you're doing that, it's it's lovely. It's a really lovely quality, so keep doing it. Anything else? I think that's it. I stand straight like an angel with a halo. Oh, and a moment like this. Yeah, I just channeled that during the reading. Right, I think that's everything then. I do want to get you an advice card. I'm feeling Muse Tarot, because I feel like that's what's happening with you. You're coming in with this like, it's almost like being a good example for others to follow, being a source of love and light and hope and inspiration. So I think the Muse Tarot seems quite fitting for you. So let's see what you get. It's not an oracle deck, it's a tarot deck, but they have really quite lovely like poetic messages. So we'll see what happens. Gemini, please. What do we have for Gemini? Ace of Materials. Yeah, you could be getting some kind of offer. You could have some money coming in, a donation, something like this. Yeah, because you're the Queen of Inspiration, right? That's exactly what I was getting for you. I was getting as well, like I say, I manifest and I meditate while I'm walking. I get a lot of visual stuff while I'm walking, which is not the best when I need to cross roads. But I was getting this thing about oh, I'm hearing the Fugees strumming my pain with his fingers. But I was getting this thing about playing with the threads, playing with, I don't know if some of you are musicians, right? Like finding the right chords. It was almost like, right, I'll go through. I'll tell you what the vision was that I had. So it was like a spider web, right? A spider web that could potentially be very sticky. It could be sticky situations, connections with other people, and the energy of this kind of Queen of Wands energy that was coming through was like she could light up the spider web. I actually saw I wonder if it's caught, no, it was in a different spot, between the trees when I was kind of like looking over some water. There was a strand of spider web in the trees, and the sunlight was coming through it, and it was lit up and golden. So this is where the visualizations were coming from. It was this energy of like being in a spider web, but being able to light it up and make it golden and make it hum and make it into this high vibrational energy. So this golden web, but then passing through it, like not getting stuck in it, like, and turning it into something that was, you know, like how, like if you think of like how spiders spin a web, or if you're knitting a tapestry. So it was like playing with the tapestry of life, playing with the golden notes, playing with the golden threads. So it's almost like strumming a harp as well. If you imagine like thread, or like, what's that thing? I can never think what it's called. It's like you play it with laser and you play it with light. It's an instrument that's made of light, but it's like this harp made out of golden threads, right? Golden threads of light, and like being able to play it and strum it and run your fingers across it. So it's really interesting that visualization that I had on my walk should come out. So yeah, being very connected to, you know, those threads of life. A page of inspiration as well. Look at that. You've got the page of fire twice. So you are very, very inspiring. You're very creative. You are strumming the right notes, I want to say, strumming the right chords of connection with other people. It's just really beautiful. But the Ace of Materials came out for you. Again, she looks like she's kind of playing this flute. There could definitely be relocation for some of you, because turtle spirits, they carry the home on the back. So the turtle, or turtles and toys, they are a symbol of relocation for me, of moving home. Again, lay a solid foundation, whatever you're doing. Ace of Material as well, it looks like a location tag. So it's like, there's definitely something about moving, right? For some of you. Whew, if I can get a breath. I'm meant to be in the bath right now. My day is definitely on a bit of a delay from going on that walk, but I needed it. Again, I was like buzzing when I came back from it, like with the adrenaline pumping and with listening to the music and having all these beautiful visualizations and feeling so connected to spirit, and like, yeah, they like blood pumping, adrenaline pumping. I just felt amazing when I got back. So definitely worth delaying my jobs for the day. Again, it's like that being in that high vibrational energy is so healthy. It's like I could be nose to the grindstone, but I'd be getting myself worn out from that. So there is a balance. There is a balance too that everybody should have in their life. Okay, listen, Gemini. Ace of Materials, exciting new beginnings, fresh roots. What I got then was my Libra reading. I say my Libra reading. I watch a tarot card reader called Awakening to Spirit. I love the way she tells her stories. Awakening to Spirit, and in her Libra reading there was this beaver, and she was talking about it. It was something to do with roots. I don't know if that's the brand on her shirt, but when I read it there, like, and saw the beaver, it kind of reminded me of that. So I don't know if you've got Libra in your chart, maybe go and check out Awakening to Spirit, her Libra reading, or Gemini reading, I don't know. I could be being told to send you in her direction. Exciting new beginnings, fresh roots. Again, fresh roots lay a solid foundation, and the regeneration of these trees, right? There was even a tree in the park. I'm sorry, I talk too much. Again, that's my Gemini moon. Blame my Gemini moon for talking too much. I talk with my hands as well, which is a very Gemini thing to do. There was, like, as I say, there was big, ancient, like 100-year-old trees that had been uprooted. You know, you could see all the roots in the bare earth. And I was thinking, I wonder if you could put it back up again and like rebury it. But I think that the roots are broken. So yeah, it's just interesting, the imagery that's coming through. Future comforts, manifesting abundance. That's what I said here, right? You can go from nothing to everything very quickly. Manifesting abundance, the potential for massive prosperity, security, and wealth. Prompt, the cusp of an evolution. She stretches sleepily, hoping it is spring, because she loves nothing more than stretching inside spring moss. She looks around and giggles. The very first seeds are beginning to stir, and it's time to prepare the earth for the months to come. She simply loves how possibility drips from the ceiling of these beginnings. New potential is everywhere, and she has so much magic to prepare before the harvest can arrive. She looks around her abode for salt and clay to make the earth spirits, and for jasper and quartz to animate them, for oats, rice, and tobacco to honour her ancestors, and for the ivy and oak to bring growing wisdom to the new plants that will be. She nods to you now, hoping that you will notice your fresh new roots and the future bounty. Your situation is bursting with the genesis of new opportunity, and she wants you to expand as you watch your seeds grow to fruition. Surrendering to what would become, she fell asleep, and when the sun peeked into her silence, it illuminated a field of petals that had grown just beyond her reach, just beyond her faith. And there they bloomed endlessly, joyously, calling her up into her own creation of light. Okay. Beautiful reading. Very, very, like, extremely high vibrational. Gorgeous reading, Gemini. And do you know what? Sometimes my Gemini moon is a curse, again, with my absolute blabbermouth. And, you know, being a very messy person to my dad's dismay, you know, all these things I blame on my Gemini moon. The moodiness as well. Again, moon can be like behind closed doors, and sometimes I just have to be on my own. It's like, you know, I'm not here to be the social butterfly right now. I need my own space. I need my own space. I need to be in my own bubble of my own energy. I need to process. Like that's very my Gemini moon too. So sometimes my Gemini moon is a curse, and overthinking as well. Gemini, like, I'm Libra, so I'm another air sign. I'm another overthinker. So we both have this quality of overthinking, and I've got so much air in my chart. So with all my Libra in my chart and my Gemini moon, it's like sometimes it's mental torture. Sometimes it's like, can my brain just shut the fuck up for a minute? But yeah, of all those moments, of all those curses of my Gemini moon, like, claiming this reading, because this is stunning. This is, one of the most high vibrational readings I've ever done, and it's amazing, it's beautiful, and it really is the best of Gemini energy, you know, being that social butterfly, that light and life bringer to other people, that inspiration. So beautiful, so creative, so inspiring. Like, look, you've got inspiration 3 times here and the page of fire. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Shine from within. Like, it's fabulous. Right, before I go, the other thing that I wanted to just mention was with all the fairies, and I don't know if this is relevant to anyone, I remember some little dolls that I used to have when I was a kid in the 80s, right? They were probably secondhand, to be honest, but they were called flower fairy dolls. They were by Hornby Flower Fairies. I'm really sad that they don't make them anymore, but I ended up Googling them and like looking at them on eBay and stuff, and I was like, I want my flower fairies back, because I had quite a few of them, and they were very, very pretty, very girly. So I don't know if that applies to anybody. Maybe somebody is collecting those Hornby Flower Fairies. Maybe they're bringing them back. Maybe they're recreating them or something. I would, if they recreated the exact same dolls, I would buy every single one of them. I would be such a whore for Hornby fairy dolls. So I don't know. Again, that could be something for somebody. Okay. I think that's everything. I'm gonna go just to kind of show you the decks I'm using too, in case you're interested. So the Muse Tarot by Chris Ann, Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid, Animal Spirit Oracle by Colette Baron Reid, the Fairies, maybe a good one for you to get, Karen Kay, Oracle of the Fairies, if you're looking to get one. So you seem very fairy orientated is what I'm gonna say. Denise Lynn, the Sacred Forest Oracle, the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reid, the Enchanted Map Oracle by Colette Baron Reid, a lot of Colette Baron Reid, and the Elemental Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. So if you were interested, that's what I've been using today. Do take care of yourselves, Gemini. Leave me a like if you like, subscribe. Please do share with your Gemini friends, because they need to know what an inspiration they are, especially if they're torturing themselves with the mind at the moment. Like, they need to remember what a beautiful source of inspiration that they can be for other people. So love you to pieces, take care of yourselves, and I will see you again soon. Oh, if anything really resonated as well, if you're like, I do collect 80s like flower dolls, and I do go for a walk in the woods like on a whim today, like, please let me know in the comments, because I love to hear when the readings resonate. But again, if you're coming in as a stealth watcher, I respect that. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.